Hi everyone, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to be building a bioactive vivarium for my ball python that I'm going to be adopting. So I'm doing this voiceover because I did not feel like talking over while I was building because it was stressing me out. But this video is being sponsored by Philo Zoo, and they're the ones who sent me this enclosure. This is an 120-gallon reptile enclosure. It's a 4x2x2, and I have to say I am truly obsessed with it. It came in the color royal purple. They also have like an earthy green and a really pretty like sky blue color. They also have black as well, and they have a bunch of different enclosures for different animals such as like crested geckos, leopard geckos, bearded dragons, ball pythons, so many different things that you can get. I did build this completely myself with a broken finger, so it was very lightweight and very easy to build. Like, you don't really need someone to help you build it, even though it would have definitely been nice. It's made of aluminum. The top is steel with a rust-proof coating, which is really nice for tropical enclosures. The back and bottom panels are premium PVC. The side panels are acrylic, the doors are made of tempered glass, and the grommet and spacers are made of plastic, so it's really, really high quality. First thing I did was wipe everything down with rubbing alcohol just to make sure everything was clean. I also want you guys to keep in mind this is my first time ever doing any type of bioactive enclosure. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I tried my best, okay? Don't judge me. First thing I did was take some silicone to seal the enclosure. They did say that they seal it, but they said if you want any type of like waterproofing, that you definitely need to do an additional silicone sealing. So definitely do that if you're gonna have some type of waterfall build. I'm not, but I just wanted to be safe. Then I started using expanding foam to make my background. I wish I would have put silicone down before I started doing the foam. If I could change anything, that's the first thing I would do. I just was so excited to start using the foam that I didn't even think to put the silicone on first. So I rearranged all of my sticks and the plant pots to where I wanted them, and then I put the foam. I waited a couple of hours, and then I started cutting down the foam so it wasn't as like weird looking, but then I got too lazy and I didn't want to do the rest of it, and I didn't care enough. So I just kind of cut down what I didn't like and left the rest because I just genuinely did not care. I also ran out of expanding foam. I needed like 2 more bottles, but your girl was already on a budget, so I didn't want to buy any more. So after I let all of that dry, I started using the silicone, and I spread the silicone all over the expanding foam, and then I took the soil that I was using in my mixture and I just covered the background with the soil. I waited 24 hours for the silicone to harden. And then the next day, as you can see, girl bossing it up, I turned it over and there we go. Here, I really like the way it looked. And what I really like about this enclosure is that the top completely screws on. There is no way to get this top off without screwing it on. And you guys know that ball pythons and snakes in general are very, very smart, and they can very easily escape. So having a steel top with screws is great because it's pretty much impossible for them to escape out of that. As you can see, you can kind of still see the foam, and obviously like it doesn't reach the bottom, but I still think it looks beautiful. Starting with the drainage layer, I used some clay balls, and then I topped it with some like window meshing that I just cut to size. Then I used my soil mixture of organic topsoil with no additives in it, like 20% play sand, cocoa husks, and some sphagnum moss, and I put that in there. Then I just started putting all of my decorations. So I had these rock hides, which are pretty much only good for juvenile snakes that I've noticed at this point, but they actually fit perfect for the snake that I ended up getting, so stay tuned for that. Then I started adding all my live plants, so I added this orchid that I've had for a couple of years because I just feel like it would do well in this enclosure, and I just kept it in the compostable pot, and I just put it in there. I did some ferns, some spider plants, crotons, I think an elephant plant, a dumb cane, a creeping fig. I don't remember the names of all the plants. I literally just had a pack of houseplants that I got off of Amazon, and I just put in there what I thought would do good. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna take them out, but so far they've been doing okay. I like that I put the plant pots kind of like in the background because the snake that I did get, she actually likes to go across the whole entire top of the background. I don't even know how she can grip on to be able to do that, but she literally slides her whole body on that top part, and she will just lay up there, or she'll lay like across the plants, which I didn't think that she would do, but she does do it. but it stays pretty sturdy, so I'm happy with that. Next, I took the big stick that I bleached from my parents' backyard and I put it in here. I do have to say, I did take this back out after this video was filmed because I did notice a couple of ants, which is crazy because this thing was sitting in bleach for literally like 14 hours and then was soaking in fresh water for longer than that, so I don't even know how ants even survived, but they did. So I took out the wood stick, I filled every nook and cranny with the diatomaceous earth, food grade stuff, and then I sealed all of the holes with silicone and I plugged it all with like moss and everything, and I have not seen one ant since. So I think I did good to kill the ants. I don't think there was an entire colony or anything in there. There were just a couple little strays, but using the diatomaceous earth really helped. But I used food grade to make sure that it was safe. Stay tuned to the end. I did clutter up this whole area quite a lot. You'll see it more in the adoption video, but I put a bunch of fake vines and flowers and stuff from the Dollar Tree just to fill up space. I also did add a water bowl, which I will show you guys. But for my first vivarium build, I am incredibly proud of myself. If you have any constructive criticism, let me know. But be nice to me, okay? I really tried my best. Like, I've been wanting to do something like this since I was a kid, and I was finally able to. And here's me adding my springtails and isopods that I got from the reptile shop. So yeah, I'm about to give you guys a little tour, so I hope you enjoyed. Hey guys, it is a couple of days later since building the enclosure. Not to toot my own horn, but I think it looks beautiful. Obviously, if you guys have any recommendations, let me know down below. And there's a couple of things that I'm going to add. But for my first bioactive vivarium build, I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, so let me do a little tour. Okay, so of course we have the phyllo enclosure. I know it is really hard to see because we're backlit against a window right now, but the enclosure itself is purple. It is this beautiful purple color. Like I said in the last video, they have green, they have blue, and they have black, I believe, and they are beautiful colors. So if you are a person like me who loves a good colorful moment, then these enclosures are definitely for you. I built it completely by myself with a broken finger. It was very lightweight, very easy to build, and it took me like 30 minutes to build it. Did I mess up a couple times? Yes, but I mess up building everything that I build. So the build was super easy, not heavy at all, and the front doors are made of glass, which I'm so happy about. The side panels are made of PVC, I think is what it's called. It's like the plastic stuff. And I don't mind that, but I am glad that the front doors are glass because it's easier to clean and it just looks a lot better, because my bearded dragon enclosure is just all this material and he has scratched it all up and it looks terrible, and I don't want to have to keep like replacing the doors all the time. So definitely good for that. So let me just do a little tour. The stand is an old 55-gallon tank stand, so it doesn't fit the enclosure perfectly, but it fits like the weight of the enclosure. Like this thing doesn't even move at all. Like it's completely sturdy. Claudine, my orange cat, keeps jumping up here and sitting on the top of it, which I didn't realize that she could even jump that tall, because I mean, I genuinely don't even know how she's getting up there, but she has been laying above it, which she did with the bearded dragon one too. So I fear I can't get her off of the reptile enclosures because of the heat. So but yeah, up here I have HVAC tape, which I read online is recommended if you're not able to keep the humidity in very well. And I noticed that the humidity levels were just kind of staying a little too low for my liking, even after spraying the enclosure. So I added the HVAC tape and I made sure to leave a little bit of inches away from the heat lamp just to make sure that it didn't get too hot, even though this is made for dryer vents, so it's made to get hot, but you know, just in case. And it definitely is helping. It's helping keep the heat in, it's helping with the humidity, and it's working very, very well. So I definitely recommend this. This is what it looks like. I got it from Home Depot. I think it said like aluminum tape when I bought it, but it was just a couple of dollars at Home Depot, so that's what it looks like. Then we have the ceramic heat emitter, and it's hooked to a thermostat here. I have it set to 90 degrees, but it seems like it won't heat any hotter than about 74 degrees. I don't know if it's just because 100 watts can't get hotter than that, but the basking spot is still getting to 90 degrees, so. And then I have a UVB. I did not realize that there are differences between like just regular UVB lights and then like linear UVB, which is for reptiles, so that's my bad. A couple of you guys recommended me getting the Arcadia light, but that's like $90. So I'll get that eventually. Right now, I'm just using this UVB that is for reptiles, but I guess it's not linear. I don't know. I need to double check, but that's mainly just for the plants. Like I said, the doors are made of glass, and then we have these nice like purple handles right here, and it's very smooth to open. Like, of course, we have that kind of unnerving glass scraping sound a little bit, but it's not too bad. So once we're in here, it smells amazing in here. Like, I love the smell of outdoors, so I love the smell of the inside. Obviously, I would like for it to be more cluttered because I know that snakes really like clutter, but my plants are really small at the moment, and I know as the plants grow, it's going to become more cluttered in here with the plants, but unfortunately it's probably going to take a while for that, so I might buy some like fake vines and stuff to hang from the sides just so we can get more clutter in here, but hopefully this is okay. I don't know. But we've got for the substrate, we have topsoil, sand, and cocoa husks mixed together, and I have some sphagnum moss up here to help with the humidity. And we have leaf litter that is basically just food for the isopods and springtails that I am going to be picking up from the reptile store tomorrow. This is the cool side of the enclosure. And we have some croton plants here. I don't even remember what all of these plants are called. I had them all named. I know that's a creeping fig. This is 2 spider plants. I really like spider plants. Here is the background that I made, and I actually really like it. I like how it looks like a triangle, and I don't know, I'm very happy with it. You can still see the foam in some spots, like if you really look, and it doesn't go all the way down either, but I ran out of foam, so it's fine. Everything's fine. And then we have my orchid over here. That is an orchid that my boyfriend gave me 2.5 years ago, and it's still going strong. I wanted to add a pop of color in here, and I really love that orchid, so I decided to go ahead and put it in here, and I hope it thrives in here. I hope it doesn't die. We'll see. I don't remember what this is called. We have the big stick, of course, that I got from my parents' backyard that goes up into the basking spot, so that's why I wanted it, because the stick goes up into the basking spot, and the basking spot is about 90-95 degrees, so it's perfect up there. And then this is actually the big log that I got from Amazon that I said I wasn't going to put in here, but I used it to weigh down this log because it was moving too much. So I used this to weigh it down, and then I put this one too to also weigh it down and just to give some more texture inside of the enclosure. This today was not expecting it to be as massive as it is. So I do think that it is worth the $25 that it was. I said in my haul video that I didn't feel like a rock bowl was worth $30, but I didn't realize how massive they were. I kind of wish I would have gotten the large size instead of extra large, but I was fully planning on getting an adult ball python. So, I mean, this will fit fine, and this will help keep the humidity up. I wanted to put the water on the cool side, but the log is in the way, and it only fit right here. So hopefully that doesn't cause any issues, but I do think it's keeping the humidity up pretty well. Like I said, I've got my orchid, and then we have a fern right there. We love the ferns. And then the hot side hide is over here. And on the hot side hide over here, it is about 85 to like 87 degrees at all times. I've been checking the temps at different times of the day, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So it seems like all of the temps, we've got a good ambient temperature going on, which is, you know, what we're supposed to be having. I have everything hooked over here. Oh, the heat mat, by the way, I forgot to mention the heat mat. The heat mat is helping. I have the heat mat set to 85 degrees, but it seems to only be able to get to like 77. So I don't really know what's up with that. But I taped it to the side in the enclosure, and that seemed to help with the ambient heat a lot. And it also helped with the soil getting hot down here. So I just attached it with that HVAC tape like I showed you guys, because I didn't want to have to put it underneath, because I didn't feel like the soil is too high for the heat to really work. And I have everything hooked to a surge protected timer. At about 7 at night, the lights and everything go off, and at about 7 in the morning, the lights and the heat and everything come on. So that's what I have it scheduled. That's what I have it scheduled to. Still can't really figure out this timer for some reason. Like, I thought I had it right yesterday, and then it just didn't work. So I'm still working on that. Oh, these are all the plants that are inside of here. I have them I have the little signs for them: inch plant, crotons, spider plants, a dumb cane, a fern, a rubber plant, and an arrowhead. But yeah, that is the enclosure. And I have a little probe up here for this that is in the basking spot. So that's been helping.
What do you think? Everybody's so nosy. I want to see. How would I know? You know that Lauren's in love with? Yes. Yes. She's Lauren. Having a successful party is very important to me because it's my voice would change.
But yeah, that is the enclosure. I am very proud of myself. This is my first bioactive vivarium I have ever done in my life. So I'm trying my best. And you know what? I think I did pretty good for my first time, and it honestly really sparked an interest in me making more. And I think I'm gonna add some more soil too. On the back end, I increased the soil on the back end, so the back of the enclosure has about 6-7 inches of soil, and then the front has about 4 inches of soil. So over time I'm gonna have to replace the soil because I know it's gonna get like packed down over time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've already contacted the local reptile rescues near me and sent them pictures of my enclosure and everything. And I am currently chatting with them, trying to figure out what will be the best snake for me. There have been a couple that are just like incredible. So I can't wait to do the adoption vlog with you guys. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.